everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we're checking out Autobahn.
From Alley Cat Games.
Yeah.
Plays 1 to 4 players and takes, according to the box, 90 to 120 minutes.
It's pretty long when we played the other day with 3 players, but now that we've played it, I feel like it might go a little bit faster.
I think so.
With 2 people anyway.
I think so.
So I'm excited. It's a very colorful game, which is...
It really is.
It just calls to me, you know?
Yes. So, let's go ahead and teach the rules for this game. And then after that, in a separate video, we're going to play this game.
Yes. So be sure to check out both of those videos. If you want to learn the rules, this is the right video.
You're where you need to be.
Yes.
So, in this game, you are basically building the road system in Germany from 1946 all the way through the present day.
Yep.
More or less. So, building and improving the road system. So, and we are going to make use of the Autobahn network to make deliveries of West German goods to neighboring countries. And then what happens in 1990 is the Berlin Wall comes down, East and West Germany unify, and we're going to take away these little roadblocks. And then all of this area becomes available to us to build. And we can build through also to Prague and Warsaw, and obviously Berlin. So, basically, we're going to play this in 3 eras, from 1946 to 1965, then 66 to 90, then 91 to 2020. For setup, we're going to place 10 of these road pieces up here, 12 below that, 14 below that. In a 2-player game, we're only going to use one of these bonus spaces on each of these cities. Notice that there are spots for 3 and 4 players. We will not be using those. You will also need to put these bonus tokens on all of the far-reaching outside spaces, as you'll see here. There should be 11 of them if you have counted correctly. We will also deal out a number of these route cards, the number of players plus 1. Steph and I have already chosen. The last player gets to pick first.
I chose my route card.
You chose, and I chose my route card. Steph's is from Cologne to Aarhus, and mine is from Dortmund to Basel. So we want to try to improve that road as much as possible before each of the 3 eras has ended. So each of us has a random player. We have a player board, but we also have, what is this called? A delivery board. My delivery board is slightly different from Steph's. The amount of Deutschmarks here is the same for each, but they want different goods.
Deliveries, yeah.
For example, your Denmark one wants cars, mine wants washing machines. So, and it will unlock a different bonus on mine as opposed to Steph's, as you can see.
Yeah, you got to get those keys unlocked.
Yes, so, and I will explain all of those momentarily. You also start off with 6 of these basic cards. You have a 7th one that is yellow, but since the yellow roads are not in use, you are just going to set this aside over to the side, and you will not get that until the 3rd era. So, each of the links that have 2 sections, you'll notice that there is a spot for a service station, and we have 8 of these fuel pumps at the bottom here. Steph was the queen of the service stations when we played with James.
And I did win our first game.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You were right.
You did.
I did win.
In a 2-player game, we're each going to start with 24 Deutschmarks. That's different based on player count. You'll also notice that there are numbers on all of the cities around Germany. There's also numbers on this main road through Germany. Now, the game will start with the interior line already built as a single wide road. And you'll also notice that there are twos on each of these. What does the two mean? Each of these cities is worth 2 strength for each of the colored lines running through it, the colored roadway sections. You can think of this like as a subway map. You get the red line and the green line and the orange line. Well, this is the black highway. So since there is a road coming through there, the black line, each of these is going to be worth 2 points. When a roadway is built on the purple line here, this 2 will turn into a 4.
Yep.
Now, notice when I build on the black line here, this will not increase because you are only increasing the length of the black road. So, also important to note that you have to actually connect to the next city for this to increase. You can't do half of this green segment and expect that to go up. You have to have it going all the way to Dortmund, from Hanover to Dortmund, in order for this to turn into a 4 and this to turn into a 2. Until the red line comes through, then it's a 4. When you turn these over, they will turn into the double line spaces, and that will further improve the roadway. 2s become 4s, so these will flip over to 4. You put a single line off of this, it becomes 6. A double line off of it will become 8. So you can see those will increase more and more and more. Now, those are going to be worth points whenever we get to the end of an era. We're going to score points based on who has presents for each of those.
It's not points, it's money.
Money.
Yeah.
Yes. It will give you money if you are part of, I'll get the right term here for it in a second. But basically, we are placing, when we improve roads, we place employees down here. These employees will get promoted up to the lobby here, and those employees will get promoted into higher and higher levels of management.
I feel like it's administration or something.
Yes. These are offices and administration. So whenever you build a road section, you're going to place one of your employees on the leftmost empty seat of the corresponding construction office. If there is no leftmost empty seat, then you are going to place it in. So let's say I was here. I build a road. I place here on this black. That's if I have built a road on the black line. I place it at the black desk. We each start with 1 on the black desk in player order. Let's say I build one and I go here. Steph builds one. Well, there's no room at the table. She places hers at the table. It bumps everyone forward, and I get promoted up.
You said the leftmost, that's the rightmost. So
No, leftmost available. If there is no leftmost available, again, available.
Right.
If there is not available, you push in from the right, making a leftmost become available.
I see.
Not the leftmost seat, but the leftmost available. And that also flipped me up as well when I was reading through the rules the first time.
Got it.
So, anyway, notice that all of the goods that are created in the game, you'll notice the goods are all along this black. The black route is called the A7 route for those of you in Germany. But you'll notice that cars are made in Krelsheim. You have chemicals in Würzburg, washing machines in Bad Hersfeld, cars in Hanover, chemicals in Hamburg. So that is where you're going to have to take them from in order to take them around to all of the different locations that you're going to want to deliver to. So, anyway, start player, that is me. There is no start player token because we're just going to go back and forth for the entire rest of the game. There is no start player that will change hands or anything. So, the first thing that you do on your turn is to claim any delivery bonuses. If you have any, you can claim exactly one unclaimed delivery bonus. What are those?
This.
Oh, if yeah, so you're gonna, let's say I have completed this delivery to Denmark. I can claim that bonus, covering it up, and I will take that effect. And you can only do one of those per turn. Then you're going to take exactly one action. You can play a card, refresh your hand, or claim funding. If you have any bonus tiles, which are these orange tiles, you can play. You can use exactly one bonus tile during this phase, and you can do that before, during, or after your action, I do believe. Uh, if you play then if you had played a card, you might be able to move your truck if it matches the color of the road. If your card matches the color of the road, for example, if I have a truck sitting in the depot in Hanover, or I have moved out onto the road and I have played my black card, then I can move a number of spaces based on my movement ability.
It just needs to start in that
That is
location,
correct.
but then you can move along any road
correct.
from there.
Notice that this depot in Hanover is black and green because it's on the intersection of the black and green lines. Let's say I play a green card. I can then move along this black road with my automotives that I have placed upon my truck. And those are these little storage things down here. Looks like the little cargo shipping containers, and you will actually place those on your truck like so. Pretty cute.
It tells you somewhere how many movement.
Yeah, we're not to that, but yes. We have one truck unlocked. The second truck you can get unlocked. So it's been a minute since we played, so that's why Steph is trying to find out where that movement is. It is important to note we have there are special stretch goals that were created during the Kickstarter campaign, and we have added those in. There are 8 of the advanced action cards. These are action cards down here. These are the improved action cards. The advanced ones will come along in a minute. Those are already shuffled in the advanced deck. The extra bonus tokens, let me see. There's one of them, for example, place the employee in the lobby. That is a stretch goal. And this double-sided department board is also a stretch goal. We have added all 3 of those in here, but we have not added the 3 individual modules. There's a wine module and a traffic module and a services module. Those we have not added in. However, that can even enhance your playing experience even more.
It tells you here, depending on the phase you're.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 2 movement, 3 movement, 3 movement. Because technology improves and the speed of your trucks will improve as well. So, talking about this in detail, we already talked about the claim delivery bonus. You'll move it to the side and then you'll take whatever the action is. This game is fairly icon heavy. As you can see, there are various icons there that will unlock keys. Keys are used to unlock areas of management. This player board corresponds to these spots up here, so keep that in mind when you're wanting to unlock these abilities. That's also going to unlock management opportunities for you on the management board. Some of them will give you additional movement. Some of them will give you let you trade out your cards with more improved versions. Some of them will just give you money. So lots of good things.
Money is great
to be had. Oh yeah, you were rather poor in our game.
So poor.
So the first thing, claim delivery bonus. The second thing, take an action. One of the things you can do is to play a card. You're going to choose one card from your hand. You have one card of each of the color lines, including yellow, even though the yellow one we have set aside temporarily. Notice that you'll also see the goods that relate to that line as well, just in case you need a reminder of what those are. What can you do with these cards? Well, we can place them above our board and then take the associated action for those lines. Let's start off with place road section. So if I play this green card here, then I can place exactly one road section from the supply of the current era and place it on an empty road section that is part of the Autobahn that matches the color of the card you just played. Now, I can't play this and then place this on something connected to green. I must place it on green.
Yeah, and it can't just be out in the middle of nowhere.
That's also correct, because it has to match up with the existing Autobahn network.
Yeah.
So, which currently consists of the black tracks.
Right.
So yeah, as you say, it must extend the network. Now, obviously, we cannot build anything that's blocked off here. There are 5 of these roadblocks that lead into East Germany. Can't go there. If you build a road section with a space that has the develop bonus icon, that's actually, I had said that this was movement. This is actually moving along this development track down here. Anytime you see this green arrow, this means move this token along the development track. Notice there are green arrows that go all along here and then loop at the end forever and ever. Whenever you get to one of these bonuses, you're going to get the bonus immediately. And if you build a road section on a space with a bonus tile, then you get to take that bonus tile and keep it face up in your player area. Then pay your building costs. Your building cost will depend on what era you are in. Notice that if you are building a single piece of I want to use the right terminology for this. If you are building on a single section link, it's going to cost you 6. If you are building one part of a 2-section link, it's going to cost you only 4. What you seem like you got a question.
Mm-mm.
All right, just making sure. Then you place your employee into the corresponding office. In this case, I would place it onto the green table, just like so, into the leftmost available space. Your employee pieces are limited. So keep in mind, if you don't have any in your supply, I mean, I've got, as you see, we got a lot of employees. They will run low. We didn't have any run out. If you have any run out, you return exactly 3 of your employees from the lobby back to your supply. You will place one of those on the empty seat of the office that you need to place it in, and then you get to promote 1 employee for free. Now, it's not good to take them away from the lobby, because you notice they're worth 2 points apiece at the end of the game. However, getting to promote an employee could be even better than those 4 points that you lost. Actually, I should say 6 points you lost.
Yeah.
Then if you completed a link, then update the city values as we had mentioned before. So let's build a road section. Let's talk about upgrade link. Now notice actually on here, it says max 3 times. I can have a maximum of 3 cards placed here. If I want to place a 4th one, I have to refresh my hand before I'm allowed to do that. So let's say I want to upgrade a link. Well, the only ones that I can upgrade right now are the black ones. So notice I have a max 1 time here, so I can only place 1 card up here. Then I'm going to get to improve 1 complete link made up of one or two already built road sections. And it's going to cost me 6 per per individual piece that I will flip over. So if I wanted to flip this over, it would cost me 6, and then we improve these as well. This would cost me 12. So that is super interesting.
Do you get a person at a table for each one you flip over, or just once?
No. So choose one complete link, pay Deutschmarks equal to the cost of a single section multiplied by the number of sections, and then place one employee in the empty seat of the office that matches. You only ever place a single employee, even if it's too long, 2 segments long.
Okay.
Then update the city values as we mentioned. Let's talk about the load truck action. Let's say that I place this red on here. Then I can take my truck and place it on any red depot. Currently, it's Hamburg. Yeah. So I'm going to place my truck out here and then place some chemicals on it. Notice that I want to take chemicals to, where is that? The Netherlands, which currently is only ever Amsterdam. I like the flags on there. Makes it language independent. I love those. And can take it to Czechoslovakia out here. And so I can take it to either of those places. Now notice I can't take it here yet because it's blocked off. I'm also going to need road sections to get it somewhere.
You could also take it anywhere and just take money instead of delivering what it wants.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten to any of the delivery yet. So I'm just going to leave that there for now so we can talk about that here in a bit. So each truck can only carry one goods token. These are not meant to be limited. So if these ever run out, use any suitable replacement. You start, like I said, you start the game with one truck. You might be able to unlock your second one, and both of them can be on the map at the same time. Building a service station. That's right here. Currently, it's at max 1x. Currently, there's only the black ones that can be built. So let's say I played the black card here. I can then put my leftmost service station onto one of the spots out here. Now, it is important to note that if for some reason this green had been partially built, I can indeed put a service station on a half completed link by playing the appropriately colored card. So I could put that service station here in anticipation of myself or Steph using that service station. And that's what you actually want to happen is you want yourself and your opponents to use your service station. It does not cost you any Deutschmark coins. And I'll explain a little bit about what that means here in a bit. Finally, the unlock technology space, which is over here. If I place this green card on it, I will take the unlock token from the space that it matches and place it on the lowest empty lock space in any of these 3 technology columns. And that's going to open up a bonus for me. So if I were to place this key here, basically these look like little power symbols. It's got a little 1 on it. It looks like a 1. It's actually a keyhole that you're putting the key in to unlock it. It's sort of cute. This means whenever I do an improve road action, I get a free push on the development track. This one, whenever I load a truck, I can do 1 push on the development track. And whenever I build a service station, 1 push on the development track. As you might guess, the further up, whoops, I moved the red. I should have moved the green. Notice the further up you go, it's things that relate to that technology. For example, anytime I pay the costs for upgrading a road section, I pay 2 less. This unlocks my second truck, and this means every time you take the build service station action, immediately claim the bonus on your player board. If it's Deutschmark coins, you get to earn the higher amount. So you see there's a 2 Deutschmark and a 1 Deutschmark. One of them is if you use it, the other one is if your opponent uses it. So keep that in mind. And then these here will add an additional card into your hand. You notice that these cards down here, not only do they have the color on the card, there's an improved action down here. None of your normal cards have anything written on this little blue area, black area below, other than your yellow card. But that one is the yellow card, as we mentioned, is not yet unlocked. So you want to improve those cards in your hand. Some icons, be careful. Some icons will say add a card. Some will say replace a card in your hand or up in your player area. So if you replace one that's up in your already played area, you're going to have to refresh that back to your hand before you can get the benefit from playing it. So, the top 2 bonuses. Oh yeah, this is take a free upgrade action. This is to load a truck and move it 2 spaces. This one is a free service station. Both of these must be unlocked to give you access to the corresponding upper management office. So, now, as you might guess, as you start unlocking these things, you can then start moving your employees up that management track. But notice you're not going to have enough keys down here to open up all 3 of these. So you're going to have to pick and choose. So keep that in mind. Now,
Keep that.
I see what you did there. Notice these 3 down here. These 3 down here look like it's black. This is not for black cards. These are for 3 key bonuses that can appear. For example, here is one. On your delivery board is a second one and the third one. So if you're wondering how to get to these 3 down here, that's where you will find them. So that is playing a card. You can play them to these 5 areas up here.
Knowing your limits.
Yes. So if you have played your last card up here, you immediately take them all back into your hand. You don't get anything for that. And that's important because what I'm about to tell you is the second type of action you can take, and that is refreshing your hand. Instead of playing a card, you can pick up all of the face-up cards you have already played, put them in your hand, and you'll earn 1 Deutschmark for each card you put in your hand. If you have played your last card, you don't get that Deutschmark bonus because you immediately get them all back to your hand for free.
It doesn't take an action.
It doesn't take your action.
Your bonus is that it doesn't.
Your bonus, exactly right.
It's a good thing, except you're not getting money. So not.
Yes.
It's good, but not.
It's good, but not. I did try to do it. I think it's overall beneficial to have actions. So
yeah. But then you were also taking money over here, so
I was.
So I was not doing that.
Your third action that you could take is to gain funding. Instead of playing a card, if you have not already done so this era, you can take one of your employees, you can go here, you can get
quick $12.
Quick $12, but you can only ever place 1 employee for each era. Now that's okay if you don't think you're going to run out of these. I did not run out, but I got low. And I did take it at least the first 2 eras. I'm not sure I did it for the third.
I didn't do it at all. Probably why I was low on money.
So the first thing you do is do this. The second thing you do is an action. Either play card or do this, or
Take back cards.
take back your cards. The third thing that you do is to move your trucks. If you played a card and your truck is on a spot that it matches, like let's say I played black, then I get to move my truck up to 2 steps in this area and 3 steps in the second and third eras. Like we had mentioned earlier, I can start on black. I can play a black card, but I don't have to stay on black. I can go 1, 2, provided that road is built.
Right.
Now, it doesn't matter whether it's a single or a double road. Doesn't matter one bit. However, you cannot end your movement on a space that contains another truck. I cannot currently go 1, 2 and go where Steph is. However, I can go 1, 2 and end up beyond Steph in this case.
Sure.
If you move past one of your own service stations, choose one of your bonuses that you have unlocked. And if you move past more than one of your service stations, each bonus you choose must be different. One of them is move a truck in additional space. That's super helpful. Some of them might move your development track marker. One of them promotes an employee. And this last one here, you could pay 10 Deutschmarks to place one employee in the construction office of the Autobahn on which the service station you move past is built. So that seems good to add more people to your offices. So if you move past an opponent's service station, find the most valuable Deutschmark bonus from among those that you have built, among those that your opponent has built, and your opponent earns coins equal to the smaller amount.
It's very little.
Yeah, so let's say that I move past Steph's service station and you have built 3 or even 4 of your pumps. Your highest Deutschmark bonus is 2. So you would get a whopping 2 coins. It's not a lot. It does add up, though.
Not really. Not in the last game for me.
Keep in mind, you cannot take the other bonuses. It must be a Deutschmark bonus for this particular thing.
Right.
When you move your truck 1 step beyond a commercial city, meaning 1, 2, I move 1 space basically into Milan, I can make my delivery. I take my little delivery. There is a step to do. First, take a bonus tile from among those available. If there's not one available, then there's obviously nothing else you can get. So I would take this bonus tile if I was the first to make a delivery to Milan. It does not even have to match what my thing is. So for Italy wants cars. I don't know why they'd want cars from Germany. They have good Italian cars that they could get. But for some reason, my Italians want cars.
Mine too.
But let's say I take chemicals. I can do that. I still get this bonus token. I just cannot claim this delivery bonus. So the second thing to do, return the goods token to the supply, take a delivery token, and return your truck to your player board. Then each country has a preferred goods type. If you did any type of goods other than what's here, you are just going to get, you're going to put your delivery icon over the country's Deutschmark token. So for Italy, it would be 2 Deutschmarks. I can still deliver cars to Italy. But let's say I just delivered cars to Italy. I can place this over the car. I can still deliver anything I want to Italy for 2 Deutschmarks, including cars. Hopefully that is clear. You can deliver 2 things ever to a country. 1, the preferred thing, and 1, anything.
And pills.
But that will cover one of your things. We haven't got to that yet. Pills only come from Berlin, and all countries will want them, but I'll talk about that here in a second. The pill bonus is in the blue section down here. Actually, I can go ahead and talk about that. If you were the first player to deliver pharmaceuticals, let's say I delivered pharmaceuticals to Milan, um, I will place the delivery token over the country's pharmaceuticals bonus icon. What does that let me do? Hey, look, that looks like a promotion.
Woohoo.
This looks like 2 promotions, 1 employee twice or 2 employees once, I believe. Let me double check that. Do you remember this? Move 1 employee. I believe it is, yeah, perform 1 or 2 promotions. So, yeah, that would just be 2 promotions. You could promote 1 employee twice. So,
Seems good.
seems good. Um, if another player has already delivered pharmaceuticals here, you can place this delivery token over the Deutschmark icon and earn that. So that's where it takes that. So yes, this is cars or anything including pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
If you don't place your delivery token on this icon, if you place it on this icon, you don't get anything over here.
Right. Generally, getting the promotion's good.
Yes,
So
I agree. Now these little tokens are rather small, but I see why you don't want these to be large. So
right.
it's a trade-off. Then it's the end of your turn. At this time, if you've played all the cards, all of your cards in your hand, as I mentioned before, pick them all up. You do not get Deutschmarks for them, and then Steph will get to take her turn. When 10 road sections have been built, it is the end of the first era. We're going to pause the game for an administration phase. Then, when a further 12 sections are built, we're going to pause, then do the administration phase. And then, when 14 more sections have been built, we're going to pause. Oh, well, no. All players, including the player who triggered the end of the game, have 1 more turn. Then, do the administration phase, then end of game scoring. So, what does the administration phase look like? That's where we're going to get our construction budget. For each construction office that has at least 1 available seat, we add up the city values of all of the cities on that route that are connected to that part. And then we get to divide that up amongst these seats. So if I were here, I would basically get 2/3. Steph would get 1/3, and we round everything down. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 that are connected on the black route. So basically, I would get 6, Steph would get 3, 1 would be lost. And then Steph makes pouty face. Here, I would get 5, Steph would get 5. Here, I would get all 10.
Yeah.
Seems good.
I want to do that.
Notice in a 2-player game, only 2 seats are available. In a 3-player game, 3 seats are available. On a 4-player game, 4 seats are available. There are more seats on the black route than the other desks. So, whoever built the road section that triggered the end of the era gets a free promotion. That's always good. And then I always did that, and you were mad because I always tried to end it.
It's the one mechanic I don't love.
Yeah, I could see that, but it's entirely in your control.
Not really.
It really is. You did service stations all the time. Just saying. You were service station queen.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been building them roads. So
I didn't have any money.
So in your defense,
not.
If you had built more roads, you would have had more money. So
not how it works.
So in clockwise order, starting from the player who triggered the end of the era, we're going to check our route card. Behold, that's this right here. Steph has a route card. I have a route card. And we're going to check if a complete road connection exists between their cities. If it does exist, then we're going to see how many road sections that it takes to get from one place to the other, and then subtract 1 for every improved route. By that I mean the double road. and subtract 1 for each service station on that path. And then take all of the bonuses that you pass by. So if we can get the value from Dortmund to Basel down to a 0, I get 20 and 2 promotions. Is that correct, Steph? I believe that is correct.
If you do it all. Yeah.
If you do it all. If it's just connected and it's 5 or more for the value, you're just going to get $10, which is not bad. You definitely want to try to get something. Hello, Board Game and Mama. Thank you for the raid.
Thanks for the raid.
Hey, Matthew.
Tell us what you've been playing, Board Game and Mama, while we finish up these rules for Autobahn.
Yes, so number of road sections, minus upgraded links, minus the fuel stations.
Yeah.
So when reunification happens, that's after the second era going into the third era. Remove the roadblocks. Add the yellow card to your hand. And take the improved cards out and put the advanced cards in. That's where you start getting all of the
super cool bonuses
and double color cards, which counts. This one counts as either yellow or orange. I know it's upside down, but that's how it was in my hand. So, yes, each time you replace or gain an action card, you get an advanced card and not just an improved card. Improved cards are good. Advanced cards, even better. Now, just in case you are wondering what they look like, the improved cards have this little icon up here. The advanced cards have that icon with a star on it.
Yeah, and just so you know, when you do advance a card, you don't have to switch out a white for a white.
That is correct. You can abandon the orange route completely if you want.
Yeah.
Of course, then you can't take any actions on the yellow route, but that's okay.
I mean, until you upgrade another time.
Yes.
Find a different card or whatever.
Oh, playing Castles by the Sea on Sovereignty. Very cool. So, begin the next era. Let's say that I finished era 1. I get my cool promotion bonus. Then Steph will start the next era. And we keep going back and forth until the very last era, in which case, let's say Steph ends it. We will both get one more turn, and then the game will end. Each employee in the lobby is going to be worth 2 points. Each employee in the network department is going to be worth 1, 2, or 3 points, depending on how many employees are in the construction office down here. So, based on how high you can promote them up. Now, let's talk a little bit about promotion rules. Employees down here in the lobby, they are just worth 2 points apiece. Let's say I get a promotion and I promote into here. First thing I have to check is, do I have this unlocked? If so, I can move that employee up. You can only ever have one employee of your color in this specific office. If I want to move something else up, I need to move him another level up and another one below him. And yes, you will get both levels of bonus. Now I get 3 points for every employee in this office, which is currently only 3, but this will be rather filled.
If you are unlocked on that level.
If I am unlocked on that level. Now, let's say I'm unlocked even on the top level. Then I can in order to get this guy up, I have to push him up and promote him, and then promote him, and then promote him. So basically, each promotion is giving 1 more point per employee. This is 1 point or 2 points or 3 points for every different country that you have delivered to. And that is shown based on here. 1, 2, and 3 points per service station that you have built. You can build up to 8 of them throughout the game. Finally, this one over here and this one, the stretch goal board, it does not matter what you have unlocked. You can go up that side one without any problem, right?
So the money one, you don't even need to have anything unlocked. the other board, you need to have something unlocked to that level.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I had forgotten because we didn't even play with it. Yeah, see, unlock anything. This one has no unlock on it, as you can see. Check to see whether it is unlocked. This is 1 point for every 20 Deutschmarks left over at the end of the game. 2 points, 3 points. This is a double-sided board. This is 1, 2, or 3 points for every upgraded card that you have at the end of the game. The other side is 1, 2, or 3 for every bonus token that you have collected throughout the game. And we flipped it up in the air and it landed on this side.
I wanted to point out, because it's not in the rules, that there are 3 spaces on your player board with these 3 keys.
I already mentioned that.
All right, it's important because it's not in the rules, and we had to look.
Yeah, we did say it's here, and here. It is not the black. I already did mention that.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes. So, as I mentioned before, there are 3 optional modules. Module 1 is the wine module. Module 2 is the traffic, which adds wine to deliver. That's sort of cool. Module 2 is traffic, where you're going to have traffic appear on the Autobahn, and you're going to have to deal with those. And module 3 is the services module, where you get to make improvements to service stations on upgraded links. And that is about it. Now, there is solo mode on here as well. So you can compete against yourself in solo mode. And there's an Autobot that has a solo board as well that will compete against you.
I don't know if you said also if you place all 3.
Oh, I did not mention that.
Okay.
If you do unlock 3 across, now keep in mind you do have a limited number of keys, so you're not gonna, even if you get all the way deep in 2 of these departments, you've only got 1 more key left over, possibly, to get this one down here. So you're either going to go wide or you're going to go high. You got to make that choice. If you do go 3 across, you're going to get an instant card upgrade. If you go 3 across on the next level, that is 1 free promotion. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Your little player colors right here. Mine's right there. Steph is red. I am blue. And that is more or less it.
I should hope so.
Let me see if there's. Yes. It is important to note that if you want to upgrade how many cards you can have over these sections, you can upgrade one of your 2 cones to a 1 cone at this space here. And what that means, let's say I want to move more trucks. I want to be able to have more cards above this. I can change this to a max 2 times, flipping that over. Then you can turn one of your 1 cones to a no cone, taking it away. And now I can have 3 cards above the move trucks area. Keep in mind, though, there's only 3 spots to upgrade those. So you're not going to be doing a lot of upgrading of these tiles. And also keep in mind, you can never upgrade this one over here. It's always max of 1 card.
That's sad.
That is sad, because when you really want to do it.
Yeah.
And like, I was upgrading one area a lot because of my route card. No one was helping me with my route, which is fine. But then that card, it was the orange card. That orange card was always busy doing something, and I didn't have time to put the yellow card up, the orange card, to unlock that orange key.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like what's going on with the mechanics in this game. And spoiler alert, I think it's super fun.
Yeah. All right, that was the rules.
That was the rules.
We got through it. So hopefully that's helpful for those looking to get into deep rules about Autobahn. And we'll be right back on Twitch with the full playthrough. So look for that video after.
And yeah, check if you're on YouTube, check the link below, and Steph will link that to the playthrough video.
Yeah.
So for those on Twitch, we will be right back.